ATP, what it do with your boy Claymore Rain, back at you with another one. Shout out to my subscribers. If this is your first time tapping into content, I'm gonna invite you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit your bell icons as well, so you are getting alerts when all this content is dropping. So let's talk about it, guys. Oshaquie Foster, Robinson, Conceciao look like they've been scheduled to fight November 2nd. We know this from a few weeks back, right? And well, more importantly, Oshaquie Foster came out and did an interview. Shout out to Fight Hub, speaking on how grateful he was to Mauricio Sulaiman and the WBC for issuing this mandatory rematch, making this match happen, making it possible for him to be able to correct something that I think most people who watch boxing feel like was wrong, right? One of the biggest, I won't say upsets, because that's not what it was. It was a robbery, right? It was a robbery in front of a lot of people. Me, myself, thought the decision was extremely off, and it just kind of exposed the corruption in boxing, right? And Oshaquie Foster kind of just articulating that, you know, this fight may have to go differently than the last fight. Putting it in the judge's hands may not be what he wants to do. One would think that there are some ulterior motives or things of that nature that may have been behind Oshaquie Foster losing that fight. I mean, me personally, I did think it was kind of weird. Conversations of him going up to 135 before that fight started, and you know, even from the fight, I'm trying to remember who he fought last time. If I'm correct, I believe it was Nova who he was fighting before that. Don't quote me right now, but it was a fight where in that fight he spoke about how making the weight in that fight was a little bit more difficult than he usually did have to go ahead and hire a nutritionist and different things, and it was discussion of him potentially deciding to move up to 135 if this weight cut wasn't going to work out for him. Well, the weight cut did work out for him going into the Conceciao fight, and he, in my opinion, dominated, won at least 10 out of the 12 rounds that fight went. And I don't even know if it was a 10 round fight or a 12 round, but I would say at least 80% of those, 8 out of 10 of those rounds he won easily, in my opinion. One could even say it was a shutout. So I think the most interesting underlying thing here is the fact that it looked weird for Top Rank to allow something like that to happen and then themselves not initiate some sort of rematch. That Mauricio Sulaiman and the WBC had to come together and make this a mandatory is weird within itself. It looked like from the outside looking like they were trying to force him up. Looked like they were trying to maybe potentially force him up to 135. I mean, even in this interview right here, he spoke about how he'd be interested in fighting the winner between Lamont Roach and Tank Davis, right? So it looked like there might have been some attempt or some interest in seeing him being at 135, and maybe the judges kind of like were influenced a little bit to kind of make a decision that was absolutely ridiculous. From the outside looking in, it looked crazy. So I think Mauricio Sulaiman and the WBC had no choice for the spirit, in the spirit of saving the I'm looking for the word right now, and I hate when I do this. Saving the integrity of the sport, right? Walk with me. Save the integrity of the sport, and just not have it look worse than it already looked. You know, go ahead and push this rematch clause in. Now, going into this fight, Oshaquie Foster said that he's looking to you know, do what he has to do, but for the most part saying, watch what you say and watch what you wish for. He's coming in with bad intentions on this fight. We know Oshaquie Foster can be an aggressive fighter. We know what that style of fight and what that look looks like on Oshaquie Foster. He brought in more of a boxing pedigree in this fight, just doing something that he can easily do to somebody like Conceciao, which is stick and move, ring generalship, just holding it down in a way that he could just dominate the fight and he didn't have to go in there and headhunt. But maybe in this fight he might consider doing that, right? Maybe that might be something that he needs to think about doing. But regardless, Oshaquie Foster moving forward November 2nd, looking to take this win, and after this one looking to either take on a winner between Emmanuel Navarrete and an Oscar Valdez, or even potentially looking at the winner between Lamont Roach and Tank Davis. I'm interested in seeing how this goes and what this looks like. think this was something that was kind of written already as far as his journey at 135, but he obviously wants to put closure to this fight right here, where, in my opinion, it was the biggest robbery of the year. You guys let me know what you think of in the comments. What do you think about the fight? What do you think about Oshaquie Foster's journey right now and where he's going with it? And how does anybody have any opinions on the reasoning behind that so-called judged fight? I thought it was weird. Regardless, leave it in the comments. It's your boy Claymore Rand. And shout out to all my subscribers again. If this is your first time tapping into content, go ahead, subscribe to the content, and hit your like buttons as well on your way out of here, guys. Let's put them likes up a little bit, and put your bell icons on as well, so we are getting all those alerts when the content is dropping. Until then, until the next one, it's your boy Rain. We out.